Oh, so I want to talk a little bit more about this whole Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders situation. I know I spoke about it a little bit the other day, but more progressives are speaking out about it, and I don't understand where they're coming from. Okay, this woman has lied consistently. I don't understand why you guys are defending her. Oh, maybe it was miscommunication. Oh, maybe it was this. Maybe it was... No, it wasn't. She was lying. Point blank and period. And when she saw it backfired, now she wants to be like, oh, you know what? No, let's not do this. Let's not put progressives against each other. This, that, and the third. But I bet you had it went the way she thought it was going to go, she would have ran with it. She would have ran with him, said he was sexist, said all of these things. But because it didn't go the way she thought it was going to go, now she wants to buckle down. It's funny because I don't understand, because, again, she has lied so many times. She really has. So I don't understand why people are trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm watching people like on the Young Turks, and the only one that I kind of agree with on the Young Turks, because she seems really angry about it, and I'm really angry about it, is Anna Kasparian. Like, they're like, oh, don't speak about, don't talk, with your emotion, basically. And, because sometimes you can say things that you think that is right, but it's not, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, no, it's right, because if it's a fact, it's right. Like, she lied about being Native American. She lied about supporting Medicare for all. She lied about those things. She lied about being fired for being pregnant. She lied about those things. So these are things that we know is a fact. It's not a lie. It's not talking with our emotion. It's being factual, and for me, it's funny because, again, I said this months ago, there was a point where I was only going to vote for Bernie Sanders, at this point, my vote is still for Tulsi Gabbard. At first, I wasn't going to vote for her, I was going to vote for Bernie Sanders. Now I'm going to vote for Tulsi Gabbard. That might change. Who knows? It might change again. I don't have to vote for a while. I'm in New York. I don't have to vote for a while. But I really do feel like people are like really trying to wish-wash what Elizabeth Warren did. She's trying to smear his character. She really did. And the fact that people are okay with that is crazy. And they can sit there and say, oh, no, we're not okay with it. But you are okay with it because you're making excuses for her. You're making excuses for her. And it's sad to me. It really is sad that people couldn't see through her. They really could. You have progressives who are saying she was progressive. I don't understand. I don't get it. You have people saying she was progressive, but Tulsi Gabbard wasn't progressive. I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. And again, for me, it's more, you want to go with the experience. Like that. And for example, she used the argument, oh, the men up here, combined, have lost more than the women. They've lost 10 times combined. She was the only one in the past 30 years who beat a Republican. A lie, because she's a liar. That's what she does. She lies. And it's frustrating because it's like people don't want to talk the way I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people like Bernie Sanders who's really trying to not really speak the way he wants to speak, and I don't, I'd rather have somebody who's authentic, who's going to speak the way I'm going to speak, than somebody who's being fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm not saying he's being fake. For him, he's probably being respectful, and that's fine. But if you're she disrespected, and me being Bernie, I would feel like she disrespected me. So you're going to get disrespected right back. You're going to be called a liar for saying you're a Native American. You're going to be called a liar for saying you support Medicare for all. You're a liar. Like, he's a better person than I am. I would have brought up everything about him. And that's always been his problem. Always. He didn't do it with Hillary. Now he's doing it with Joe Biden because it's basically Joe Biden versus Bernie Sanders. He didn't do it with Elizabeth Warren. And I don't understand it. I really don't get it. I really believe that Elizabeth Warren is not the person who we wished she would have been. Again, she does have progressive points of views, when it comes to breaking up the big banks and things like that. But let's be honest, she's not, she's not a progressive. Overall, she's really not. She was for the increase in military funding. She would actually vote 4 or 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. So my thing is like, and Bernie Sanders was voted against it. So my thing is like, let's bring that up. Let's bring that up. You know what I'm saying? You attacking Bernie Sanders made you look so bad, it's not even funny. Because again, there's videos from 30 years ago saying Bernie Sanders telling girls that he believes that there could be a female president. I don't believe she misunderstood what he said. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh yeah, she misunderstood what he said. No, she knew exactly what he said. She told somebody else and they ran with it and she didn't even try to stop it. What's really frustrating to me is you can't be a progressive and have people who worked on Hillary's campaign working on your campaign. You can't say you're progressive when you have people working on your campaign who work for Obama's campaign. You can't say that. You can't sit there and say that. You can't say you're progressive when you're not even going after Joe Biden. Why would you not go after Joe Biden? I don't understand that. If you and Bernie went after Joe Biden collectively, he would have lost that debate like crazy. But you guys, like the first debate when you guys were working together, it was cool. Like we felt it. And then all of a sudden, she saw a drop in her numbers. He saw a little rise in his numbers. And she's like, oh, he's a sexist. And I don't know why she played that card, because they played the same card in 2016. In 2016, when he was running up against Hillary, they called him a sexist. And all these women who are saying, oh my God, he's so mean. He doesn't, he's always screaming this, that, and a third. Yes. What's wrong with that? Yes. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. You have to talk like this and be so gentle. And no, anybody doing it, ain't got time for that. Like, we need a revolution now. It's not time to sit here and be like, okay, yeah, no, that's not cute. I got time for that. Come on. Elizabeth Warren can't even handle her own crowd. Ayanna Pressley had to go up on that stage. And it's not like, oh, I'm speaking ill of Elizabeth Warren now. I've been speaking ill of her for a while. So it's not even like I'm speaking ill of her just because of what she said about Bernie Sanders. No. I really, after, I want to say like the second or third debate, I was done with Elizabeth Warren. I was done. And then when she wrote out her Medicare for All program, I was even more done. I was even more done with her. And it's just sad. It's just sad that you have people who are supposed to be progressive who are saying, let's not fight. Let's not, put each other against each other, this, that, and the third. That's what a fucking debate is about, number one. That's what the primary is about, number two. You want to win, you have to state their record, And Bernie Sanders, again, and I am not the first person to say this. You have had people saying this for days, for about 2 days now. He wanted her to run in 2015. If he's sexist, why would he want her to run? The only reason why he ran was because she did not run, because she was scared of Hillary Clinton. That's how you know she's not a real progressive. The fact that she didn't want to run up against Hillary Clinton, you know she's not a real progressive. The fact that she didn't support Bernie Sanders during the primary, you know she's not a true progressive. Elizabeth Warren showed us who she was back in 2015-16. So why you acting like you're surprised? Why you acting like, oh my God, I would not expect this from Elizabeth Warren? Why you guys are acting like that? I don't understand. Yes, I expected this from Elizabeth Warren. Yes, I did. I don't know if I expected the sexist card, but I expected for her to fight very dirty with Bernie Sanders. Yes. And then when I found out she had people from the Hillary camp and the Obama camp working on her campaign, I was like, yup. She's gonna fight dirty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry to say it like this. If I were AOC, if I were Ilhan Omar, if I was Nina Turner, I would be fighting dirty too. I definitely would. Yes, I would. Yup. Because at this point, it's not about being progressive. It's not about what party you're affiliated with. It's about the American people. And we are so sick and tired of these fucking lying politicians. She's a liar. At least Bernie Sanders is like, he's always honest. He's like, you know what? Your taxes will be raised. Yup. She's like, oh no, I'm not signing a bill that's going to raise taxes on the middle class 1 penny. You're a liar. You're a damn liar. Let's keep that in mind, because once you sign on to that bill that Trump just put into effect, raising the military budget, you made us pay more taxes. That's what you did. So you're a liar. And you didn't even do that as president. So I can imagine what you would do as president. I don't get it. But then everybody went after Tulsi Gabbard and saying she wasn't progressive. You had all the news outlets, not all the independent news outlets, because Jimmy Dore wasn't like that. Kyle Kulinski wasn't like that. He may not agree with some of her policies, which I find fair, but he never once said she was not progressive. You had Cenk Uygur on the Young Turks saying she was progressive, meaning she's not a progressive anymore. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? But you wanted to support Elizabeth Warren. She's not a progressive, Young Turks. She's not a progressive. She's not. You guys are living in La La Land, George Bush's fantasy island. That's what you guys are doing. Be factual. At least Anna's like, no, this, that, and the third. And you can tell Anna, I feel like, seeing as my sister's like an alpha female, I feel like Anna's holding back. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. She's holding back because she wants to be very respectful of Elizabeth Warren and I guess the connection that they have with her because she's been on the Young Turks before. But all bets are off once you start fighting dirty. I don't care. I don't care. So I just really wanted to touch base with that and really give my perspective on it and say, I'm not surprised Elizabeth Warren did what she did. I think it's disgusting. I think it's dirty. I think it's underhanded. I think to sit there and say Bernie Sanders, who has been fighting for women's rights for years, fighting for women's reproductive rights before anybody else would, is disgusting. It really is disgusting. Elizabeth Warren should be ashamed of herself. She's disgusting. I don't care what anybody tells me. She's a disgusting human being to sit there and say that when she's the one who lied about being Native American. You took the opportunity away from an actual minority. You did. You could spit out however you want. That's what Elizabeth Warren did. She lied and said they fired her when she was pregnant. A lie. She lied and said she supported Medicare for all. A lie. Yes, I know I'm being repetitive. I know I'm repeating myself. But at the end of the day, these things need to be said repeatedly because for some reason, nobody really remembers these things. If Elizabeth Warren was really progressive, she would have went after Joe Biden. Like Bernie did. Point blank, the end of period. And then she wants to use a right-wing talking point talking about, you know, like he's taking advantage of the certain parts of the Democratic Party. He's not uniting the Democratic Party. Who gives a fuck about the Democratic Party? Who gives a fuck about the Democratic Party? It's about the American people. Stop fucking worrying about a fucking party. Who cares? Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party member? It does not matter. Again, right wing, left wing, it doesn't matter if you're flying the same fucking bird. It does not matter. It does not matter at all. So I don't give a shit about what party you're affiliated with. I care about policy. I care about what's actually going to help the American people. That's what I care about. She cares about when she made that comment, she made it perfectly clear. She is all in for the Democratic Party, not the American people. Sorry, that's what she did. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. Oh, and one more thing. You not shaking his hand and trying to scold him at the end of the debate was also very disgusting. Speak to your children like that. Speak to your grandkids like that. If I was Bernie, I would have got my wife on that stage and I would have had her slap the shit out of Elizabeth Warren. Yes, I would. I don't care. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to scold me like a child. Point blank, the end of period. You shake Joe Biden's hand, who was actually against you for a bill that you were trying to get through, but you're not going to shake Bernie Sanders' hand, who's supposed to be your friend? You're not going to shake his hand. And you're going to sit there and scold him because the way you were talking to him and the way Tom Steyer was looking at you guys, you can tell you were scolding him. You can tell you were catching an attitude with him. Not me. I would have got my wife Jane on that stage and slapped the shit out of you. You're not disrespecting me. I don't care. I don't care. That's disrespectful. You're not doing that. Point blank and period. So anyway, with that being said, those are my thoughts. And I know you can say I'm ghetto, you can say I'm ratchet, you can say whatever the case may be. You can say whatever you want to say. But that's real. You're going to disrespect me when Bernie has not disrespected Elizabeth Warren. So the moment you disrespect me, if I were Bernie Sanders, I'm disrespecting you 10 times worse. 10 times worse. And he's from Brooklyn too. So I don't care. Like Bernie Sanders knows. With that being said, I just wanted to put my point of view out there, and it could be wrong. It could be that these are my feelings and how I looked at the whole situation. I'm not gonna sit here and speak like freaking Cenk Uygur and even Cristobal. I love Cristobal, but I'm not speaking like these people. I'm speaking like Miguel Torres. Point blank and period. Anyway, That's all I really have to say about the situation. Deuces.